Cuenca, Ecuador, Panama, Europe, transpo systems compared. Good morning, faithful followers and YouTube. Frank and Angie here in Cuenca, Ecuador. We've got our brand new bus cards. This is a new thing here, sort of like Panama, except for, you guys mind if I go into a little comparison? Again, I'm not trying to say one place is better than the other. I'm always weighing the pros and cons of each, and here they are. What I like about Panama's bus cards is you don't really use it in the tram. What you have is little gates before you get to the tram, and I like that. What I really like, in addition to that, is that you can get the cards right in the tram station, right there, just before you go through. Okay, so that's one thing I like, is the ease of being able to of having access to the card. And whereas here in Ecuador, we ran around, we spent multiple attempts at trying to get a card, and mostly it was just because we didn't want to wait in an hour-long line to get a card. A special address, and you know, blah blah blah, you have to go over here, over there, whereas in Panama you just show up in the tram station exactly where you want to be traveling and that's where you get, it makes the most sense. I mean, that's, you know, the other thing I like about the Panama passes is that they're interchangeable between the tram and the bus. You can use the very same bus card you can use on the tram and on the bus system, which means that you know, the ease of access, the ease of getting the bus card in the first place, you know, you can go to any, you know where all the tram stations are, all the tram stops, I should say, and you can just go get your card, boom, and there's just machines, there's like 3 machines, and so even if there's a little bit of a line, they're usually not longer than 5 minutes, and then you can recharge it there too. You don't have to go to some special office or whatever out of your way, and then you can use them on whatever bus you want. So that's really convenient and easy. It is. But in comparison, like here in Ecuador, when we were looking to get the card, the bus card, it's like we went to an office to get it, and we waited in line, and then we got to the teller, and then she was out to lunch. You know, she was going to be out to lunch for the next 2 hours. So after waiting, so I mean, you know, that's the difference. You know, the convenience of it is just way above the rest over there in Panama City. Compare against the European system. Here's why. I used to live in Europe as a child, and I remember the system that they had back then, and guess what? I have friends that are in Europe traveling, and I have relatives, and they tell me the very same old, that's one thing about Europe, it's old. I mean, not to digress, but just shortly, I mean, we know Ecuadorians that have gone to Italy, but a lot of you know that Cuenca is 500 years old, but I have Cuencanos that have gone to Italy and said, it's old. So yeah, Europe is older than some of these, than Cuenca, Ecuador, and some of these South American, because, you know, that's just history. But back to the point is that they have the same old system from 40 years ago in Europe, where you buy the ticket to get on the bus or whatever, or the tram, and then some inspector guy comes around inspecting, asking you to see your ticket, to see if you punched the hole in it. And that is so antiquated, it isn't even funny. I mean, Panama it's world class above everybody when it comes to this kind of tram and riding and cards and everything. Ecuador is trying to play catch up, you know, in Cuenca, and I'm happy to see the card because I don't like fumbling for change. But I have to say that Panama is above the rest on that score. The idea of an inspector coming around checking your ticket and fining you, That's just never going to happen in Panama because you can't get through the little gate to access the tram in the first place if you don't have a card anyway, and if you didn't put any money on it. I wasn't happy to hear that Europe still has the really old, antiquated ticket checking inspector system. That is so, I mean, it's so World War II-ish kind of system that they still have. Unbelievable. It's like historical. It's like they can't get out of the box, you know? It's like this is the way we've always done it, you know? Anyhow, speaking of Panama, I have a friend that tells me that years ago, way before the before the Ram magazine pumping of Panama, tourism, whatever you want to call it, he used to be able to take a taxi in Panama for 75 cents. For 75 cents, they'd take you just about all over town, Panama City. Yep, things have definitely changed, but love the tram system and bus system, card access system in Panama. Every country should emulate. You know, there's a saying that says take what you like and leave the rest, but I like to modify it and say take what's good, not take what you like. Take what's good and leave the rest, because that's something good. Somebody might not like it, but it is actually a better system. Got a dog chorus going on here. Wonder what his issue is. There he is. I did want to add that there was a lot of information on the forums about the new cards rolling out, and I didn't see any information on the forums that was actually accurate. None. There was absolutely no, matter of fact, it was extremely misleading, considerably inaccurate. All right. There we go. Soon the bus will get here and we'll be on our way. Thanks for listening.